Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Psychonauts. So, it seems like the way this is all going to break down is we are going to more than likely end up going inside of our own brain using the brain tumbler, which honestly it probably would have just made more sense for them to let me simply just be able to go into my own brain by learning a new skill. And then we're going to go through this like same level over and over again, and it's just going to tell us we don't have some ability. We can see here, as far as items, there's 3 items still left in the game and 3 badges, at least introductory level badges to collect. You can talk to this guy.
I'm a certified levitator now. Ready to roll.
I've been running some tests. It seems that the sensitive circuitry of the brain tumbler is picking up too much psychic interference to be safe. The thoughts of some other entity are interlacing with yours at a dangerous level, which explains many of the strange things you've seen.
That explains
I must
it.
call off the experiments until we know more.
Sasha, there's
funny.
no time. I think my vision about Dogen came true. I'm worried it's gonna happen to the others if we don't get to the bottom of this quick.
But we don't know where the foreign projections are coming from yet.
Is there a faster way to find out than sending me in there to investigate?
So, yeah, just another cutscene to just stick us back in this point. We're still nowhere close to having enough for the cobwebs. Sasha's shooting gallery level. Still don't think there's a reason to go back and do that yet. And this is a brain tumbler experiment. And this is Milla's dance party. So I almost wonder if there's a Milla path here. And then the first camp counselor character might be here. It definitely feels like there's enough empty room here for a couple of final boss levels. So this might be Sasha level 2. And this might be Sasha level 3. And then Sasha level 4. Either that or we're going to end up inside a bunch of other people's brains, which that would make sense. If anything, it would just kind of make a lot of sense anyways that going inside the kids' brains would lead to crazierness. And so the game has opted to put me in front of this part, which, yeah, that's fine and all. That gets me in an area, but I still can't really get those cobwebs or anything, so that was kind of pointless. So, yeah, there's still plenty of cobweb things that need to be collected. It's not really worth your time to try and collect arrowheads. Right. These plants probably should be more frequent, considering we don't have any other enemies. And the idea of natural, just organic barriers kind of makes sense. Still not really sure what this is. Is this a rotten piece of meat? Yeah, I guess it's a rotten piece of meat. And I needed it to go up to this level.
Why are you screaming? All right, I remember.
We have this evil dentist character.
Oh, good boy. There's that pesky brain. Here's a tissue. Now, don't you feel better, my dear lad?
TV?
Of course! Right here! this bad tooth, we'll just drop it in the old garbage chute. Now don't choose solid foods for 6 hours.
So
Lily.
now we're seeing Lily kidnapped, which we haven't had enough backstory with Raz and Lily to really care about her as much as we probably should. Which, it's funny to potentially say that this game needs more interaction and more dialogue, but it kind of does. We needed to establish that they were probably friends from the beginning, and we didn't need Raz to be an intruder who was going to get his parents called to come pick him up. All of that could have been revealed later. Yeah. And this could have just been like a normal experience. So I guess the question here is, are we going to end up going in this guy's brain? We can open the hatch and chase that.
TV.
So yeah.
Can't get a good grip.
Yeah. We have to go after the brain, I guess. Which, that is the thing that should be glowing then, not the not the character, since the character doesn't matter. And I assume at this point we are either ending up in a new weird psychic combination area, or we're gonna end up in the brain of the brain of that character. Alright, so it's just a straight up boss fight. Well, first thing to do would be to lock.
Confusion. Grenade.
Seems like things bounce off of him. So there's arrows. I am uncertain as to what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, we see all these like patterns in the air. You see something written on the ground.
You tank.
I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing right now.
Receive my psychic blasting, jerk.
Like, I can't grab it.
Lock. Gotta hide behind something. Man, I am so smart. Soft gelatinous underbelly? Here I come.
There you go. So that gets it upside down. Okay, so we now know how this, what we're going for. We're going for him to transform and then go with the fist attacks, I suppose, later. And seemingly there's nothing here as far as a collectible. So, which that makes a lot of sense, honestly. I have maybe upgraded my health 1, so there's only so much
Target lock. Gotta hide behind something.
Right. And slamming down doesn't work. Okay, good to know. So we need to find his soft underbelly attack. I do have the candy, and so that may cost me a little bit here, as I'm about to die. So we may take more damage here than we should. If I could get through this whole fight without dying, that'd be nice. Dream Clef used, so that's a shame. And I suppose if you didn't have Dream Clef, this might have been a little bit more difficult. But otherwise, this seems fairly simplistic. I think there is a possibility here that this game could have had a more difficult setting. Although, frankly, there's just kind of a lack of polish on this game in general, so I question whether there would be much of a better experience if there were multiple difficulty settings. And the only Double Fine game I can think of that do have difficulty settings is Brutal Legend, and that didn't really work.
Target lock. Gotta hide behind something.
Okay. And you just immediately defeat it when you defeat it. Oops. So I could see that getting frustrating. Yeah. Once again, you don't slam it, you just smack it. And at this rate, I'm gonna potentially take too much damage and end up using another Dream Fluff. Which, did I only have one Dream Fluff?
Is this a nightmare? Or a plan? Or both? Wait a minute.
Razputin, I'm sorry. I had to abort the experiment. Something unbelievably urgent has come
Weird.
up and I must leave immediately.
I know! You'll never believe—
Hold that thought. In a rush. Official Psychonauts business.
Wait! So is this! Official Psychonaut, eh? You forgot your—
So apparently you were supposed to lose.
That white room. I know. It's from Oleander's mind. I think I was in the coach's dream that whole time. Ever since I stepped through the static in the caravan, it felt funny. I knew I wasn't obsessed with meat.
But Maury is. And was stealing psychic brains to arm a fleet of deadly tanks, apparently.
I've got to tell Lily. She's waiting for me down by the boathouse.
Down by the water? Uh-oh. Better hurry.
So my life is now way higher. And I feel like maybe I could have won that fight. For whatever that's worth. Is it even really worth it to run around here and try and get bullets? I guess the question would be, do we have Dream Fluff? Yes, we do. So I have to say that's pretty terrible design. Like
Where would you like me to take you?
you really can't call it anything else than that. Terrible design to force you to lose in a fight, particularly
Go to the lake.
when there really
Yes, sir,
isn't
Admiral, sir.
enough gameplay or enough enemies to justify that. And all of a sudden it's nighttime, which makes me feel like maybe in the overworld I've missed some
Bobby.
gameplay content
Look,
or
I can
some
explain.
characters and some dialogue.
Jeez, it sounds like you caught a bad cold.
Maybe. But listen. I traced the psychic interference back to Coach Oleander's radio. He's been broadcasting his insane plot all over camp in his sleep.
So he's really kidnapping children and stealing their brains to make weapons.
Yes! Isn't that great?
What?
It's weird
How is that
that
great?
you would have her
Because this is an
nose
honest-to-goodness
stopped up.
psychic emergency.
And Sasha's not here. He left on some official Psychonauts business.
Mia left a note saying the same thing.
Lily, a deranged madman is building an army of psychic death tanks to take over the world, and there's no one who can stop him except for you and me.
Oh my god! Let's make out!
What?
Sorry, I'm just so excited. Since you showed up, Raz, things are so much more exciting. Sinister death plots, mad scientists, hideous monsters.
I have wonder if this
How
is
long have I
just
ignored what
Lily's.
this camp had to offer? Everything's new to me now, thanks to you. I mean, look at this flower.
You mean like kiss?
How many years have I been coming here, and I've never even noticed a cool flower like this before? Oh no! You didn't just hit my boyfriend!
Lily!
There is weirdness here, though, that there's so many characters that are just like boyfriend, girlfriend, and
Let's get 'em.
like dating obsessed,
Can't.
and like summer camp
Can't
first
swim.
love thought.
Well, then use the bathysphere at the end of the dock. Quick, while the flipper prints are still glowing.
Are you coming? I don't know how to drive that thing.
I can't. I have to check on the other children. Yes. If the brains are out, they'll need supervision and possibly refrigeration. And how can you not know how to operate a bathysphere? Haven't you ever been to summer camp before? Now get a move on before that girl gets overly digested.
Yeah, I feel like one romance is fine, like that works fine, but it's fairly weird when you have like 3 or 4 different characters talking about that. Like it stops being something that could be a interesting B plot and turns into some almost obsession on the part of Tim Schafer, Double Fine in general. Like almost all of the Double Fine games are a little childish, but then they also try to be edgy. And in 2005, trying for 90s edge is a little late to the party. But also, it would have just been smarter in the writing to simply have the girl who's obsessed with having a boyfriend that isn't Lily, just have all of her writing and characterization be for Lily. It would be kind of nice in this game if we could see a list of all the camp kids, but if I could just have that list in front of me, I could probably very quickly say, hey, let's get rid of this kid, and this kid, because there's no reason to have so many kids, unless we're going to actually get some kind of mental level around it. But even if we were going to get a mental level around the kids, Lily is kind of the most interesting character right now. So how are you going to make like Billy Zilch if he had a level interesting, or how are you going to make the Peeping Tom character interesting? Now traditionally in video games, underwater levels are the worst. Almost always. So we are in an oxygen bubble that I guess technically isn't inside the mind of anyone, so I guess technically there can't really be a figment of imagination to collect. But that sure looks like those are figments of imagination. Let's see.
Watch it.
Interesting. So that fish attacks.
The creature's prints are still glowing. The creature's prints are still
Trying
glowing.
to pick up the arrowhead.
This
And
must be where he brought Lily.
okay. So yeah, it seems like you have some chests you can break that don't seem to really do anything. We have some clamshells that don't seem like they do anything. Then this guy seems to just walk into this area.
This freshwater lake coral is so pretty, I just want to smash it.
Okay. So a bit of a hint there, which I suppose I can appreciate that. This really feels like this is kind of a nothing of a level. Just here's some unfinished platforming section that we had. So we wanted to do something with it. So you go up here. Reach up here. And it looks to me like we're gonna ring this bell. It doesn't seem like there's anything else to do. I guess the question is, why is there a bell underwater? Is this a human that turned into a lake monster, or is this just a lake monster? At what point?
Okay, cough up the girl and no one gets hurt, fish.
Like,
Man, it's gonna be hard to find a new place to give you lumps.
this is gonna be weird because this kind of feels like it's gonna be 2 boss fights in a row. So it straight up is 2 boss fights in a row. What are we trying to do here? Like, okay. So when he's sucking in, he's gonna hurt you. So you need to run away. I have no idea. I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing. It's like... Psycho portal. How do we use that? How would we use the psycho portal?
Can't get a good grip. Can't get a good grip.
Seems like he's getting closer.
Can't get a good grip.
It seems like he gets closer and further away. Yeah, I'm holding the psycho portal. Crow's feather?
Can't get a good grip. Can't get a good grip.
And see, what would not make sense really is that we would be wanting to use like pyrokinesis. That breaks.
Can't get a
Yeah, I have no clue. So we're gonna just use the bacon. Can you tell me what I'm supposed to do,
Why don't you
game?
just take a little nibble of that and see if I can taste it too?
Do you have any advice on the current situation? Need your analysis on a hostile.
Need your analysis on a hostile.
What kind?
Suckerfish, the crayfish in the lake are bigger than what I thought. Like, okay, so none of these are
You've
useful.
been very helpful. That's all I need.
Good luck.
That was not what I needed.
Okay, what's the situation?
Yeah, this just sucks.
Agent Queller,
You would
do
be
you have
able to
any
be
advice on
into
the current
two
situation?
fights
Dodge
in a
that
row.
garbage it's spitting out. And when it's sucking it back up, bust open one of those nail boxes and see how it likes the taste of those.
Oh, okay. So apparently
Nothing more to report at this time.
those are nail boxes. Okay. Gonna dodge. And then wait for him to suck in. If I could get some life, that would be useful too. So the game pretty much tells you what to do. And see, the animation is just not playing well. Oh, and I can't touch the water because there's something else that messes with the water.
Can't get a good grip. Can't get a good grip.
Come on, give me something.
Can't get a good grip.
Apparently not. Apparently this whole thing is just run away from the fish. Okay. This is weird, to say the least, and not helpful. Not good. It's just too dark and impossible to see. And the last thing we need is a resetting chase sequence. Where I can't even see when the water is cleared versus when the water hasn't cleared. Suppose. It's so weird that he controls this air bubble too. I think I'm supposed to get up here quickly. Seriously, game. Like, this is just a cutscene. That's all this should have been. Is just a good old-fashioned cutscene. Because this is nothing. We're just walking around while being chased. Being chased by like two different monsters. One, the water itself, and one... And then we're back to this. So we got like 3 hits in one go. Then we're just back to this. I don't particularly agree with this music choice too. This is something that might be intriguing for a few minutes, but having it loop for what now feels like 4 or 5 minutes is too much. Am I supposed to get on top of that building? I don't think so. We are seeing more, I think, of the underwater city that once was here. I don't know where I'm supposed to be going here. I guess just down. That didn't make a lot of sense. Like the smart camera's not even working right at that point. Pointing me in the wrong direction. It wants me to go that way. But that doesn't make sense. So it must want me float? Yeah. It wanted me to float that whole route. And there's just no collectibles here. And there's just nothing. Nothing to do. No real enemies. Nothing refilling your health. And it's like they just remembered that we could break things. Is this a cutscene? Yeah, apparently that's a cutscene. Or a transition scene.
Can't get a good grip. Can't get a good grip.
Okay. Dream Fluff activated. Are we trying to get him to attack? Like, we might as well just use the bacon again. Like, I don't know what to do.
Huh?
I think I want his...
What kind?
You've been very helpful. That's
yeah,
all I need.
there's just like no hint here at all. Yeah, that's what I thought, is you were gonna end up having to have that happen, which means you kind of have to stand back here. And once again, being able to do the slam has proven to be completely useless. Really is just hit. That was a terrible experience, frankly. There should have been a chase sequence, a much shorter chase sequence
That
earlier,
poor little thing just tried to kill
and
me
then
about 8 different
a
ways.
battle
Well, that's not
sequence,
its fault.
or maybe
This was
2
once
battle
just a
sequences.
normal-sized lungfish, minding its own business in a mucus-lined air bubble beneath a semi-dry lake bed. But judging by the work done on it, I suspect Maury has mutated it, accelerated its growth, and has placed an implant in its brain to make it do his evil bidding.
Whoa. Poor little thing.
Yeah, go inside there and try to smash the implant. Use the psycho portal I saw you steal from Sasha's lab.
Almost certainly,
Yeah.
we're gonna
That
find
works on
out
big, scary
that
monsters.
Crawler is
Oh,
actually the
Monster
bad guy.
Schmonster. That thing's more afraid of you than you are of it. Now get in there.
Alright, so Psycho Portal. Y for another cutscene. Even as how he puts the glasses on is so just 90s edgy. It just does not play in modern time. And inherently, this is going to be probably the downfall of Psychonauts 2, is that it's just not going to feel like a modern game. It's taken way too long to develop a game sequel to this series. And almost certainly I would wonder
Top of the morning
if
to you, ma'am.
And
other
good day to you, Officer Lungfish. How are you today?
other
Oh,
companies,
damp and happy,
had they
can't
just
complain.
licensed
And what are you and
Psychonauts
the wee
out
one up to on this
to a
lovely
different
day?
company
just
would have
obeying the law
produced.
as always. All posted
Like,
directives followed to the letter.
If
Ah,
Ubisoft or
good to hear.
EA
Not all
or
of us want any
2K
trouble,
or
that's for sure.
even like Gearbox had been given the opportunity to make a Psychonauts themed game, I think at least Psychonauts 2 would have come out quicker. This is the Half-Life 3 argument that I often have, is that you probably would have had not a great but decent Half-Life 3 had Valve just licensed it to somebody else, and then it would have come out at least, and then Valve themselves could have looked at it, could have worked on Half-Life 4, and as soon as like that first cancellation happens. I would generally say like game developers kind of don't have a clue what to do when a game fails the first time, when it takes a little bit longer to be created and finished. Let's see. So this is a tall building that we climb. And we can climb that. Otherwise, we're just playing as Godzilla. And I kind of don't imagine that there's any way to do anything else here, so we can knock over the trees by walking on them. Yeah, this is a funny idea. This is kind of what we should have been seeing much earlier in the gameplay. Interesting that this tree.
Oh my God! The orphanage! Please don't kill me, Goggler! Hold on.
Hey, Goggalor! Down here!
Excuse me. Were you talking to me?
Ow! My ears!
I'm sorry.
Ah! Oh my God! Ah!
And see, this is funny. You're just a bad guy.
He's dead.
Oh, geez, I'm sorry.
Don't worry. Every member of the Resistance is prepared to die fighting the tyranny of Kochamara.
What's Kochamara?
He's a giant monster like you, Goggalor. He brainwashed and enslaved almost everyone in Lungfishopolis.
That stinks. So, hey, have you seen any other humans around here? I'm looking for a girl called Lily.
The government archives might have some information about your young girlfriend, Goggalor.
Well, I don't know if she's really my girlfriend. I mean, I think she...
I only meant that she is your friend who was a girl, Goggalor. To access the archives, we must first destroy the broadcast tower Kochamara uses to control the
See,
populace.
it's just once again taking
I'll go
way
smash
too
that.
long to get
Wait,
to this
Goggalor.
point.
In order to reach the tower, you'll need to pass through that wall of lasers. But you'll never make it through the lasers without our help.
So are you gonna start helping soon?
First, I need you to do something for the Resistance. Punch a hole in that prison and free my comrades.
Yeah, okay. So did we break everything over here? Every tree getting snapped.
Oh no! It was the orphanage!
The peaceful city of Lungfishopolis is under attack tonight
Too
by
many
a hideous,
cutscenes.
gigantic monster.
Why not just make a cartoon of this? I mean, this wouldn't be an amazingly great cartoon to make Psychonauts, but you could easily have made a 12, 24 episode season around these ideas for as much animation as happening. And I guess just for time's sake, we'll just go ahead and break the free these guys.
Freedom!
Hoo-yah! Now, how about getting me past those gates?
Right. We stole the shield power module from Kochamara. It's too big for any of us to operate, but it should work for you.
So we have the Psycho Merit badge, just come out of nowhere. And it lets you shrink down, which I guess explains some of the collectibles we couldn't reach.
Is this gonna upset Kochamara and all your little brainwashed neighbors?
No!
I doubt it.
No.
So, knocking down the prison and then breaking this laser shield thing, nobody's gonna get mad about that and start shooting at me.
No!
Maybe one guy would.
But what is even an entire navy of lungfish against the might and revolutionary zeal of Goggalor?
Wait, what navy?
Meet us at the dam, Goggalor, for freedom!
Use your psychic shield to protect you from damage and reflect some energy attacks back. At the attacker note, you will not be able to maintain a psychic shield forever, and when this part of your mind is exhausted, you will need to wait a while before you can use it again. So let's go over here. Psychic shield. Right bump. How long does it last?
Why, Goggler, why?
It lasts a decent amount, but not
It
as
was
much.
just a mattress factory.
See, now the question here,
That's not too bad.
I suppose, comes down to why not have this be the walking tattoo?
This guy needs a duffel bag tag.
Well, I finally found a one that doesn't have a tag first. The pyrokinesis power now will invoke a massive explosion on the target, setting fire to anything nearby. which is great, except for the fact that pyrokinesis has never worked on anything. Did we miss a double bag tag somewhere? Like, is there possibly somewhere high we were supposed to go? I thought it might shrink you down, but I guess the shield doesn't shrink you down. So we're just destroying peace and tranquility. Here's the problem, the shield's not fast enough.
I love you, Goggalor.
No! Not the Natural History Museum!
Yep. This is another one of those examples where the problem here
Why doesn't the Navy elect
is why the pickup tank. Why spend so much of your budget potentially paying voice actors to do these voice lines when you could have made this character move a little bit better, a little bit faster? We're moving fairly slowly here as I'm trying to break every single tree.
Holy smokes! Those goggles are 5,000 meters tall!
So we may have
I
to.
don't think that's gonna work. I don't think that's gonna work.
Have to double jump there. I don't know what picking up the tank really did there. Like why I would need specifically to have done that. And we are now working towards rank 50 of 100. And at this rate, we will probably collect everything except for the cobwebs.
Well,
See.
things have gotten a little embarrassing for Goggalor. Recently surfaced information has strongly linked the previously intimidating monster with common low-life criminals. Earlier tonight, Goggalor broke some of his jailhouse cronies out of the slammer so they could enjoy a night on the town, popping pills and soliciting inexpensive call girls. Well, they're in for one nasty hangover. Our beloved Navy has come up with a high-tech new invention. Trucks armed with hyper-electricity. Kidnapping children do not harm the brains.
Okay. So we triggered something there.
My bait shop!
And then we're using the dream fluff again. Yeah, and I just don't get the idea here that you can accidentally die because you're trying to shoot the thing, and which was a big skill they said you needed to have, and then we have not really been able to shoot any enemies at all. It seems poorly designed, to say the least. Yeah, let's see.
I don't think that's gonna work. I don't think that's gonna work.
Interesting, I can't even really roll around there.
Kochamara, save us!
And see, I don't know if I'm supposed to go through that area first, or if I was supposed to investigate it further.
Where is Kochamara?
This guy needs a duffel bag tag.
Both names are similar enough that it's kind of hard to tell whether they're calling for the lungfish creature or whether they're calling for me. I think they're calling for the lungfish creature. Seriously, game, where is that extra tag? It kind of has to be here, doesn't it? Let's see, we can see far broadcast that direction. And I'm just looking to see.
He hates children!
I'm just trying to see if there's an achievement or something for breaking a bunch of stuff, but honestly, I'm just wasting time, it feels like. And it's not like these games are permanent. Like, yeah, I don't think these worlds are permanent, so I don't think I'm gonna come back and find out that I've managed to break everything and that there was some reward for that. Lungfish Opolis under siege. He sees himself as a big hero. Apparently.
Freedom!
Freedom!
Freedom! Freedom! So, this big monster, is that the best you could do?
We were short on time, and he is good at smashing things.
Doesn't look like much to me. Come on, let's blow this joint.
Hey, you're welcome.
Sorry about him, Gargalor. He's been in prison a long time. He's the only pilot the Resistance has, and he has an excellent plan. Meet us at the dam so we can put it into action.
Ah, man. That blimp just does not fly. Isn't even flying correctly. Just magically is being moved around the track. That's another example of where instead of having somebody animate these flat 2D images, why not have them be better at animating the blimp to actually look like it's flying? Sure, we are in the mind of a lungfish, so perhaps you can excuse away any mistakes there, but I'd rather it just look right. Let's see. You would almost assume with these kinds of elements, existing at small scale, that at some point we will see a basketball court, and at some point we'll see guard towers that are regular scaled, regular size. And yeah, that would make sense. But yeah, right now it's just like everything feels too slow. Just too slow. One thing you could easily fix here is simply just add a run button. In fact, that would fix probably a significant number of games, is the idea of, hey, we added a run button, even if it was poorly animated and the character just kind of moved in a cartoonish double speed, I would kind of appreciate the run button. Let's see, up here. Here. Right,
Why doesn't the Navy electrocute him?
So swing to get to that.
I don't want to complain, but Coach Chamara should do something.
Seems like once you take out the electric ones, they don't come back, which that's good because then that lets you wander around. Now climb up, turn around, jump, walk this way, swing, jump. And once again we have a scenario where the music is just playing too much.
The destruction and terror continue.
And the cutscene to lengthen the gameplay here does not help.
Our noble, all-volunteer Navy has been surprised only by the senseless lust for mayhem that seeps from the twisted black lump of a heart in this creature, still known only as Goggalore. Though it loathes violence in all its forms, the Navy has no choice but to activate its anti-monster turrets, which it guarantees are 100% monster-proof, not get caught stealing children.
And it seems to say something about not get caught stealing children. And I wonder if that's a programming from the bad guy. Alright, well this sucks. We've got all these these guys, which are probably on my side. And I'm squishing them. Okay. Alright.
Now you see the genius of our plan, Goggalore. First we print flyers. Then we spread them all over town with my blimp. Winning over the hearts and minds of Lungfishopolis in as soon as 6 months.
Yeah, but I've destroyed them all.
You don't like our plan, you can come up with another one. Yes, we are busy. We have to select card stock and then find a decent but inexpensive printer within a week.
Why are we talking to the blimp, effectively? Let's kill that. Alright, well, I think we just used the blimp.
Have you come up with a better plan than the pamphlets yet?
Yes, it's called Turn in Goggalor for reward money. Oh! Quit it!
Okay.
Knock it off!
So was supposed to figure out
Don't have a replacement blimp, you know.
that was what I was supposed to do, which that seems fairly crazy.
I don't think that's gonna work.
And why is it not letting me just levitate and roll the ball? Yeah. More and more I do run into games like this where it's just like you play it and there's just kind of nothing there. It doesn't have anything different or new or unique to it. And that's crazy to say about Psychonauts, because Psychonauts kind of screams. I wonder if there's a reason or way you would get up there. Screams like a game that should have been its own unique idea and its own unique implementation of unique ideas, and it's not. Would make a lot more sense if I was getting experience for killing these buildings. It would at least give me a motivation towards that. I have half a mind to think about using the fire ability. That would also make some sense. Yeah, I'm just kind of chasing ridiculous achievements, if anything, at this point. Ammo up. Interesting. So I can't get near the water as these boats pop in and pop out. Notice how when I look directly at it, it pops out. There's no good reason for that. That's just bad engine. It's not the first time I've seen a game do that, but it doesn't make sense. There we go. Did we get... we get everything over in the upper area? Collected. I guess the answer is no. even when you take damage, it's not impactful. It's like, oh man, that's a wimpy way to respond to things. And see, I guess those are just going to be frustration characters that they're going to just shoot at me, and it's not really worth my efforts to try and take them out. As long as I'm making a decent amount of destruction, I'm gaining enough health for it to not matter. It feels like the layout of a lot of these taller buildings are the same layout. Which that feels somewhat redundant. Come on. These heat-seeking missiles. Ooh, do I have any more dream fluff? Oh, I don't. So I have not been paying particularly close attention to any of that. And this may... Wrecking Ball. Once you've earned the levitation power-up, your thought bubble becomes a deadly weapon at full speed. Nice. Yeah, we may have trouble here. We need to be able to break a decent amount of stuff and get our life back. The chance that you would need to break every single one of these trees is not reasonable. To break small buildings, get health back. Try to recoup as much as possible. Alright, well. So that's one life. And that resets our lives. Well, we unlock things really fast there. Lungfish and Loboto. So I guess Loboto is the dentist bad guy. Okay. We now know the name of the bad guy. I think I may have missed some collectibles. But whatever. You know, it's going to be really hard to justify going back and getting all the collectibles and everything. Unless they decide to significantly make it more difficult. And I just have to grind to get to get through a level. I would assume I would just want to rush through it. Now we have seen in previous levels them basically say, oh, you don't have this skill, therefore you can't do anything. Okay. Over here. Shield upgrade happens at level 55. It potentially is going to take longer. Thought there was something here. We can see way over there there's an upgrade. So I don't know if I am doing the side quest area or if I am doing the main story area. Honestly, I guess I don't care. Let's just be finished with a level. And certainly, since this is happening in the mind of a character, it wouldn't have been crazy for you to do some daily camp activities and then go to sleep at night and just experience one section of this level.
What they're most famous for. Airplanes. So rest assured, we can all look forward to Goggalor's imminent death and to seeing you, buddy, every Thursday night at 8, right here on LBC. Thanks. And I'd just like to add that if anyone kidnaps a human child, they should take them quickly under the lake to the abandoned insane asylum.
Goggalor, come in. We have
So the
commandeered these
abandoned
vessels in your name.
insane
We can put them in
asylum.
position to help you cross Kochamara Channel to get to Kochamara Island and destroy Kochamara Tower.
The thing is that, although we have the utmost faith that you will soon contain the area,
Notice that their
Goggalor,
lips aren't moving.
We just think it best
we've decided to maintain our position out here.
just until you clear the area of all hostiles.
Yes.
For insurance reasons, Goggalor.
Yes, that, and for freedom.
Well. Yeah. Weird dreams would still work with the surreal aspect of these levels, certainly. So, I assume the goal here is to shoot them down. And since I already have like bouncing projectiles, it is super easy to take out all the planes, which is good because I only have so much life. See, that transmission tower clearly is the focus of all those broadcasts we've been seeing. over here and see if we've got...
Suitcase tag. That's what I need here.
We're missing a suitcase tag. Just fall downward. Alright, we need a suitcase tag, which could be anywhere. Oh, this was the shortcut area. Alright. That wasn't too much of a side quest. Again, if there really was an achievement around breaking all this stuff, that would be insane. I've often wanted to see a Rampage game made in 3D, but I have yet to see anything that indicated to me that it would actually work as a game. Rampage as an arcade game was very short, like many arcade games, and once you start to expand it to what it would have to be, which would be a proper take-home video game, the concept gets weak very quickly. There is a game on Steam that was in early access trying to represent playing as the giant creatures like Godzilla, but I doubt it would ever succeed or go anywhere. Yeah, a lot of people get ambitious, but the core concepts have to last. And yeah, even here you see the concepts not really lasting. It's heavily questionable whether I would need more than 40 shots in any scenario, because almost every scenario relates once we get to a boss fight where I can't actually use my psychic attack. I do see way over there there's one figment I missed. I don't think I'll bother to go back and get it. And I guess if once we get the cobweb sucker, we then may hit a level with in which we could run into levels and then find that one figment that's missing and then use the sea salts, I assume, to wake up and still maintain that I collected that figment. The double jump there does not want to work, which is weird because the double jump seems to work everywhere else. You know what? Let's not bother to get that one. It's taking me 2 or 3 times to try and collect a figment. It's not worth it. These are very, very sticky walls. There is something to the idea that first level introduced the idea of platforming and sticking to walls and climbing, and they introduced it in that militaristic visual term, and we never got back to those kinds of objects.
Navy is all but sunk. Great work, losers. Now, Kochamara himself will have to come all the way down here just to save our worthless hides. Authorities are calling for a big parade.
It's obvious this is Coach Oleander.
Clobbers the annoying giant Goggalor. And if the parade is big enough, Kochamara promises not to destroy the city. Brush teeth more often, don't drool so much.
Oh, I guess maybe that was the dentist guy. Actually. So Costume Quest having a dentist be the bad guy and Psychonauts having the dentist be the bad guy makes it kind of feel like Double Fine is a little obsessed with Dennis being the bad guy. And there's just nothing here.
I don't think that's gonna work.
It would be interesting if it turned out that everything up until this point in which we beat Coach Oleander is actually still that initial training in the mind of the coach. And he is a good guy. And that this was all just a dream. Yeah.
Hey everyone! Here comes Kochamara!
But yeah, I don't know if that's really the case. I'm kind of past the point in which I would suspect that Psychonauts would be written well enough to do any kind of interesting trick. And see, now it seems like they're kind of doing kung fu poses slash a Power Rangers-esque posing sequence.
Give up while
It's
you
bigger
can,
than me.
Goggalor.
I know it's you in there, Coach. I don't know where you're broadcasting from, but I'm gonna find out and make you show me what happened to Lily.
Kochamara does not speak giant monster boy language.
The only word you're gonna need is ouch.
Mighty Ram!
Okay.
Deadly Tango Beam!
So
Mighty Ram!
we have a ram,
Deadly Tango Beam!
which that works.
Deadly Tango Beam! So Sasha showed you how to save up your aggressive energy, huh? Well, why don't I help you let it all out?
So is he absorbing all of my bullets?
Mighty Ram Ground Vision!
Can I punch this guy, or am I doing any damage?
Hard to avoid area attack! Overly intricate combination! Hard to avoid area attack! Mighty Ram Ground Vision! Hard to avoid area attack!
That's not doing anything either.
Mighty Ram Ground Vision! Hard to avoid!
Okay, what am I shooting for here? We probably need a different ability. And before I just decide what ability I need, let's see. Which is the most likely to have had? Levitation, Telekinesis. I don't see anything with Telekinesis, Shield. Let's go with Invisibility and see how that goes.
Mighty Ram!
So he rams, and being invisible doesn't seem like it does anything. I don't think getting and breaking this beam would do anything. Right. So I can't hit this guy with the aggression. There's nothing. So yeah, what's like that seems like that's the only ability I have right now. Let's ask for help, I guess.
Huh?
Agent Cruller, do you have any advice on the current situation?
If you pay attention to this guy's actions, you can tell how he's about to attack. Wait for him to let down his shield and then attack. And don't forget to use your own shield.
Nothing more to report at this time.
Crawler out.
Okay. So we can get him with that. And then that's when the shield is down.
Save up your aggressive energy, huh? Well, why don't I help you let it all out?
See, I just don't think I could set this guy on fire.
Ground vision. Overly intricate combination. Hard to avoid area attack. Mighty
The area attack
ground vision.
does leave him half.
To avoid area attack. Oh. Overly intricate combination. Hard to avoid area attack.
I don't know if I can actually defeat this guy. Like, I'm really having some questions here as far as whether I can really take him out, because like almost certainly this isn't it. But you don't have a hover and levitation doesn't work. So if you do this as perfect as possible,
So Sasha showed you how to save up your aggressive energy, huh? Well, why don't I help you let it all out?
so he sucks all the bullets out of you, and I guess maybe
Mighty round ground vision. Overly intricate combination. Hard to avoid area attack.
so like 3 hits there. Let's see if I can. So we're trying to take less damage, and we're trying to get bullets back. So you just can't. You just can't get bullets at this point. Once he sucks them out.
Mighty round ground vision.
And he's just chasing after me.
Hard to avoid area attack.
And hit him. Man.
Overly intricate combination. to avoid area attack.
Come on.
Overly intricate combination. Hard to avoid area attack.
Come on, get one more hit. These boss fights are just getting more and more difficult, and it's really just because they're bullet sponges.
People of Lungfishopolis, I'm sorry I let you down.
And see, if this gives us a second phase,
Okay, Tower. Get ready for Goggalore.
like, just try our very best to build back as much life as possible. So we're back to full. And undoubtedly, I probably did miss some of these trees, and I'm just being silly and obsessive by trying to break them down. Anyways, will we get any bullets? Let's see, we might be able to get like the magnet with our current level of arrowheads, which might be slightly useful, but the arrowheads kind of jump towards you anyways. We need the cobweb item, clearly, still, and that's 800 arrowheads, and still don't think we're anywhere close to that. And we also are hitting a point, I suppose, where somewhere around 60-70% of the game, you're going to, when you get to level 60 or 70, you're not going to be able to level up by finding items or finding these psi cards or anything, because we'll have collected all of them, and at that point it will only be figments in different levels to get to that level 100. Alright, and see, look how poorly animated this is and how pixely it is at 1080p. That probably didn't look very good even in its original resolution. I just want to get that one last cutscene, and yeah, it gave me an achievement. There's still a decent amount of achievements.
Fine, take control of this freaky toad. I don't need him to nab children for me anymore. I've got the brain of a little girl back in my lab that's strong enough to power a whole army of psycho-blaster death tanks.
Lab?
Huh? What?
You've got the brain of a little girl.
I said in my lab.
I think you've got the muscles of a little girl too.
Good one.
I wonder if that really means that it's Agent 9 who's the bad guy. There's almost an argument for this game to have been episodic.
Whose spirit was once over here, behind you. Yes.
Oh.
The creature whose spirit was once enslaved by the evil one. You have unchained my soul, and now I shall repay you. Powerful human
Long
child.
cutscene again.
Great. Well, okay. Show me what you did to my friend Lily.
By the drowned spirit of Oblongata, it is done.
And that's funny, it loads to a different area. All of a sudden the game is turning fairly linear, and it frankly should have been more linear.
When it is your wish to travel across the lake, you may return to either shore and summon me with that.
Thanks, hulking lungfish. You know, you really aren't as hideous as people say.
You may call me now by my true name, Razputin. The name given to me by my people.
And what name is that, noble lake creature?
Linda.
What a magical lady.
So I guess we are going to end up in the psycho area. Where does it say we actually are? We're on the grounds is what it's called. And there is one scavenger hunt item here, which I guess if I had added all the scavenger hunt items together, that would have explained more. We now know that the fourth collectible is brains. And so we also know that there's a brain for each of the students, which I guess this does give you a list of students, and at some point we probably could talk about how half of these students could have been merged into one character, and so there would be less students, but they'd be more interesting instead of just a list of names of unimportant characters. Our quest system really has not done much at all as far as this cobweb duster, which frankly you should have listed that as something to do way down the line. We now know also that there are several different areas to go to. Alright, well, I'm not going to delay it anymore. This game is already too slow, so that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.